This feels like test number 150 really, as far as testing out this style of anchor and what holds, what doesn't hold. We've had many successes and many failures on trying to figure out how to get an all-purpose anchor, and we've actually come to the conclusion that it is very difficult to do, in fact close to impossible to do with one style of prong. So what you'll see here, we're really getting close now to what we think is an all-purpose design. Basically you've got what I call the outrigger prongs, which are these wider, sorry for my feet in the road, but these wider style prongs, which is excellent for reef. It's got plenty of clearance so that it gives itself a good chance to actually not only hold in the reef, but also we've got these shoulders, what I call the shoulders up here, which gives it the opportunity to knuckle over, basically knuckle over when you do put some pressure on, and get the opportunity to get your anchor out of the reef without doing too much damage and freeing itself up. Obviously, if that doesn't work and it's really hooked, then we have the shear pin design, which I've shown on many occasions on other videos on how that works. But what we have noticed is that yes, these outrigger prongs are terrific for in the reef, and they're good for very soft mud. They dig down deep. However, what we have found is that for sand and mud, for better penetration and better holding power, what we really need is a shallower angle here than that steeper angle that we had on the reef fins or reef prongs. And I'll show what happens is basically when we get into this is real sort of a yabby bed, soft sand / mud area, and we can try this in hard sand, we can try it in hard mud, soft mud, and what happens is now what we end up with is these prongs here are more like a plough design. They have a plough design, and these prongs here actually are like big brakes. They gather sand, mud, whatever it might be, and give it the real holding capacity. So I'll now video it, turn the anchor around. We never promote prongs or anything like that. We really try and give as good an example as we possibly can on how this anchor holds out in the distance. So you'll see we'll turn, and immediately that the penetration prongs for the sand and the mud, the more with the shallower angle on it, will dig down, and then the larger prongs become like brakes, and I've got all of my weight on that there now, and we're just about locked up there. And the more I pull, the more that sand and mud will boil up and build up in front of it, and has wonderful holding capabilities. If we were anchored out overnight and the tide turned, you would find this anchor will turn around, and it's just immediately it's biting, and no turning over, rolling over, it just bites straight away, and you're locked up for the night. And yeah, we're very close now. This is a very close to the final design.